Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing good. Feels like it's been a while since I've done one of my videos, but anyway, here I am, back. So here is little Apollonia, and she's just woken up, so she's been sort of a bit slow and not too fidgety, which is good. But anyway, so welcome to probably the last part of my Strange and Unexplained series that I've been doing. And today I'll be talking about something that happened to me when I was, oh gosh, how old was I? I think I was about 10 or 11, and it was just really strange because I had I was living in Stevenage, obviously with my family, and I one night went to bed and I was just like hoping that nothing weird was going to happen, but I kind of felt that something unusual was going to happen, and it did. So I basically heard scratching on my bedroom floor sort of thing near where my window was. It was kind of to the side of my bed and near the window, and they were just getting louder and louder on the floor. As I said, it just sounded like someone's nails scratching on the floor. And I went downstairs and, you know, to get mum and dad, and they both came up and they were looking, you know, below this window. I had to move a few little bits and bobs out of the way we were looking. There was nothing there. And anyway, so we put everything back under the window. They went back downstairs. I got back into bed, and literally 5 minutes later, the scratching started all over again. What it was a bit kind of weird, but unfortunately I had to go to bed that night, fingers in my ears, and you know, eventually I did get off to sleep, but it was just like a weird scratching sound. It wasn't like a rat or a mouse or anything like that, because it literally just sounded like nails. Like if I was to scratch my nails on a carpet, that's what it sounded like. So yeah, I didn't hear anything like that again. It was just that one night. It was, you know, really random. So it's, yeah, again, it's just one of those weird little unexplained things. So yeah, so that thing that happened to me was in 2004, still when I was living in Stevenage with my family. And I woke up one morning and I saw a woman standing by the side of my bed. I don't know who she was. She was quite young looking. Like she was, I don't know, in her early 20s, something like that. And she had like this like head scarf shawl type thing over her head. She kind of looked like the Virgin Mary. That's the only way I can kind of explain her. And she was there for a few seconds, and then she kind of went through the door. So I was like, what is going on? So I got up and I looked around, opened my door, and there was no one there. So I suppose some people would say, oh, it could have been part of a dream that I had, possibly, but I don't know. She was there. She was like so solid, you know, like a person, you know. And I looked at her, and you know, obviously she was looking at me, and then, as I say, she just disappeared through the door, and I did follow her through my bedroom door. And as I say, when I looked out into the hall and that, there was no one there. So but I have seen her before, strangely enough, back around the time when I was 4 years old, when the guy that I mentioned in the first Strange and Unexplained episode, the guy that was sat in the corner of my room when I was 4, basically she was there as well, not at the same time, but she had appeared to me then when I was a lot younger. But she appeared like a completely different night to that guy that visited me, the Louis Armstrong lookalike, as I call him. But yeah, so I have seen her twice, but I've never seen her since. So as I say, last time I saw her was 2004, but I've not seen her again. And I just like to think of her as like my spirit guide, or someone who's just sort of watching over me, hopefully protecting me and stuff. So, but yeah. She's having a good look around now. I think she's enjoying the heat. There we go. But yeah, so there's like those two unusual things happened, and it always seems to be around sort of bedtime, you know, you're going to go to sleep or waking up or whatever. And I suppose a lot of people would say, oh, it's, you know, just dreams. But sometimes, you know, when I've experienced these things, they've been as, you know, clear and as solid as like I'm actually talking to a person, you know, a real live person. And then when they kind of disappear in front of your eyes, it's a bit unusual. But as long as it's, you know, as long as they're good spirits and nothing negative, then I'm happy. Where are you going? Okay, so the last of my little sort of unusual things that have happened to me, the last real unusual things was when I was living with my ex time. He wasn't my ex at the time, he was my boyfriend, but obviously now an ex. Anyway, so I was living with him in his house, and he was out working and I was just like doing the washing up in the house. And I kind of, you know, I didn't have any music on or anything, but I was just washing up, and I just heard this kind of I don't know, this clacking sound behind me, and I looked and I was like, what was that? I was looking around thinking, what made that weird noise? And anyway, so I was looking around and it came from the corner of the kitchen, so I went over to that corner of the kitchen where the sound had come from, and I saw this box of nails that had been lying there that we'd been using to put up pictures and stuff. So I... Oh, what are you doing? So anyway, yeah, so I looked at this box of nails and I thought, I wonder if I just lift this up and drop this, is it going to make the same sound? Because it kind of, you know, when I moved the box around, the nails, it just sounded familiar. So anyway, so I picked up this box of nails and just lightly dropped it on the surface, and that was the exact sound that I heard from behind me when I'd been doing the washing up. So that was weird. Also in that house, I had a phone charger go missing. I'd been given it as a spare, and yeah, so I'd left it plugged in, and then, as I say, me and my then boyfriend, we, you know, went out, we went away for the weekend, we came back, charger had disappeared. I 100% know that I'd left that charger plugged in the wall, and you know, because I thought it's just handy to leave it there. We left it, I should say that we left it in the living room on the plugs by the telly. That's where I left the charger. As I say, we came back and it wasn't there. We looked everywhere for it. We looked in like our electrical cupboard and electrical drawers and all that stuff, and just never found it. So that was weird. Another thing that happened to me in that house was I was just sleeping in my bed, or just sort of dozing off to sleep and stuff, and I just felt this foot or something stamp on the edge of my bed, and it stamped so hard it moved me, and I was like, what was that? You know, as I say, I was trying to go off to sleep, so I was kind of a little bit feeling tired and whatnot, but I definitely felt this stamp on the end of my bed, and that was more towards the end of my time living in that house. But it was, yeah, it was strange. I don't know what did that, and it did actually happen a couple of times. Another time I was kind of a little bit more awake, and I just thought, oh my gosh, what is this? So me being me, I just, you know, sort of protected myself spiritually and thought, I don't want anything negative, you know, around me. I don't want anything negative hurting me, because I thought, if it's whatever this thing is that's stamping on the end of my bed, if it's going to do that, I think, you know, could it actually physically hurt me or do something to me? So I was wearing, you know, my pentacles for protection, and I was burning sage and all that kind of thing. So, but yeah, it was yeah, it was unusual. So I know there are only a few little unusual things that have happened, and they could be explained away, but in my mind, you know, they were so real and they did happen. As I say, when you have, yeah, like a spirit or someone appear to you and then they just disappear, you know, in front of your eyes. It's, I don't know, it's very strange, it's very odd. But those sorts of things have been happening less and less as I've got older, so, and I'm quite pleased, really. I don't want these weird things happening. But I'm sure there's been unusual and unexplained things that have happened to lots of people. I'd actually be interested to hear some of your stories, so if you do have any unusual, unexplained things that have happened, then, you know, just let me know. But for now, I shall leave it there. And from myself and Apollonia, it is goodbye. But enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to tell me any spooky stories of yours, then pop them in the comment section below. But for now, I'll say goodbye.